football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. It's not the end of the world. This is not one of those be-all, end-all games that we used to have in a different era. But certainly for the winner, clear shot at a conference title and perhaps a spot in the college football playoff and a bye.
I love it. It's a great show-me week. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of emotion. Like both these squads, really, really good football teams in really good positions in their conference. But Jesse, after today, there can only be one and one.
Yeah, the picture's going to change, no doubt about it. These two teams both, though, believe they're the best in conference play. Nobody's beat them yet, and they believe they're the man in the conference. So we're going to learn a lot. By the time this game is over, who is the best in conference play?
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, fourth down in their own end, and they're going for it. He'll pull it down and run. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
It just must be so nice to be such a good athlete and to realize fourth down, I want to pass the football, nobody open, I got this. I can take off, I trust myself, and he gets the first down. And these are the ones that just frustrate, annoy defenses by fourth down on your own side of the field, and he just took matters into his own hands.
Use the play fake, now to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Snagged in the middle, it's Gilbert. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Running back searching for a hole. Defense holds their ground pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And he missed it. No good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years. Clemson was sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys.
Oh, he's got some space. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the tight end. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quarterback on the keeper. He has the first and still on his feet. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
And the third down pass is incomplete.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but third down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggle to try to find a play to get someone open.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got room on the return. good thing that happened for the offense on that play. At least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick six if you're on offense.
To the air on first down. He'll pull it down. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Under fire. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Would have just been a 49-yard field goal try, but they're hungry for touchdowns, so they'll try to move the chains on 4th and short. Trying play action. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Right on the money. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
They'll run play action. Looking to scramble. Got his man on the right. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. Clemson looking to convert on 4th down. The offense changing the play. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Makes the catch, it's Moore. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The Tigers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the big fella. Offense has gained momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. They've got the screen set up. Powers through. Touchdown, Clemson. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Going right to work up top. He's going to run it. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Ready to go here in the 2nd half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. To the air, it's Dampier. Gets it out fast. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Off play action. Pressure coming. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He'll throw on 3rd down. It's complete to the right. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
And One of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's got his man. It's a seam wide open, and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tigers. They'll try to add another to their lead.
The offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone with a touchdown.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here come the Irish back on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. And that one's incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The play action fake. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They booted away. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. From the gun, running back gets to give. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the 3rd quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
They'll go to the ground. Powers through the defender. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him.
Oh, there's always football on the bad pitch. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And the defense did everything right against that option play. They got to the quarterback. They forced him to keep it. Not only do they create the fumble, but they jump on it behind the line of scrimmage. That is just perfect option defense.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Leaves it with the running back. Had nowhere to go, couldn't get it out of the end zone. He'll take the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Find some fresh air.
Return is brought down at the 39. And your Clemson Tigers will take over. 1st and 10.
Opening play of the drive from the 39. The give to the tailback. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. On the move. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Dropping back, it's Dampier. Get it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Makes the grab. It's Staley. On the move at the 30. Wide open spaces. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
Touch pass on the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Offense trying to go push pass on 1st down on the goal line, but the defense, tremendous surge up front. They get penetration, and they get the tackle for loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. 4th and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. He is denied, stopped just short of the goal line, pushed his way to the 1 and could go no further, and they'll turn it over on downs. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency there.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On the ground, it's Young. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. This has been a dominant performance by the Clemson defense. They have kept the offense in reverse all day. The great defensive legends would be proud.
Oh, they would be stoked. I mean, just to have a complete performance. The defensive line.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, after putting up 5 sacks in their last game, this defense was hungry for more coming into this one, and they knew it was going to be maybe a little bit tougher going up against this offensive line. They've had some struggles in this game so far getting to the QB, but they finally got to him there.
Here we go on 4th and goal, ground to cover. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. They'll play it safe and try for 3.
On the field goal.
It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Florida is just boat racing them right now, thanks to an offense that's putting up video game numbers. They're up by 27 over USC. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Richardson. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
He's sacked. He'll lose a couple on that one as he tried to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, It has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
Here comes the heat. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Handoff to the single running back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.